Good morning, and what are we letting go today on this beautiful Wednesday morning? We are letting go of Fool energy. So the Fool is new beginnings, freedom, trust, and limitless potentials. She is Uranus in Aquarius. The sign is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So it is air energy for us today. So we are releasing the need to leap before you listen to your intuition. So this is really taking stock of everything that is happening around you. The look before you leap sort of vibe today. You are going to want to use a bit of discernment for some of the information that you are receiving. You are going to want to weigh things out. I just saw the Libra, where we are dealing with Libra today, scales of justice. You're going to want to weigh things out and take your time before somebody gives you a piece of information and you say, yeah, I'm doing this, and doing it right away. This is asking you to take that pregnant pause, to just take a time out for yourself, evaluate what's going on around the situation, and then making a decision. Let go of believing every new opportunity that comes your way is actually meant for you. And that's where discernment comes into play again. So sometimes things will arise in the field. There are people around you, things are exciting, somebody's doing this, somebody's doing that. People are all gathering together. A lot of your friends or coworkers are excited. They're on board with this, and you might feel like you need to do this or want to do this because everyone else is doing this, and this might not be for you. This opportunity might be for them and for them only. So this is asking you to once again really weigh out that, go deep and feel how you feel about it. Don't dive in there. Release impulsive decisions driven by excitement alone. Boy, I wish I had this card, this reading before I got into digital marketing 2 years ago. This is exactly don't fucking do that. So maybe I should have done a reading about that. Anyway, release impulsive decisions driven by excitement alone. So that is the same thing. If you feel something and if you're all excited and charged up about it, is it a here feeling? Is it a here feeling, or is it a gut feeling? The here feelings and the gut, the here feelings are a lot of times is you can think yourself in and out of a lot of things. Go with how your gut actually feels. How does it feel in your nervous system? Separate yourself out from the excitement of it and really sit with it and weigh the pros and cons. Make yourself a list. Pull some of that Taurus energy out. Make yourself a list of how you pros and cons. Should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? And as you're reading this, feel into it, because you're now taking that pause to breathe into it. Stop chasing what is new simply because it feels exciting, and that is shiny object syndrome, which I was talking about the other day. And this is very, very true of how we live our life now, as I was saying about scrolling and buying things impulsively and how things arrive at your door 24, 48 hours later, and how you can scroll on to a new deal, and how these algorithms not only are set up to follow your interests on how you scroll, but your microphones on your phones listen to you all the time. So it knows the conversations you're having. It knows what you're looking for. I was working with a client yesterday, and we got into a conversation about tuning forks and her interest, and I told her I'd send her some information about them later. Went about my day, opened my phone about 2 hours later, and there was this thing about Sonic Bionics forks. And I'm like, that, your phone listens to all the time. So if you have an interest, you're going to see more about that interest, which is going to some ways, and this just hit me, this is going to some ways for those people who look for signs and look for synchronicities, be like, especially if they're not used to the algorithms doing this, they're going to like, oh my God, I was just thinking about this. Maybe I am supposed to do this. And that's where we're in a slippery slope, because your phones are intelligent and will give you the information that you've talked about or conversations that have been around you. So you're going to have to drop into that discernment about things. Trust the wisdom and enthusiasm can walk hand in hand. So really think about what is presenting itself. If it truly is meant for you, you will feel this in different areas of your body. Sometimes excitement is a great thing to feel, But one of the things I learned through my journey through trauma is that excitement and anxiety actually literally run on the same vein. So sit with it if you're excited, not saying you want it to turn into anxiety, you don't, but just be very, very mindful that what you're excited about needs that separation for a bit, that cool down period. And as I said, embrace the inner Taurus energy today, ground, get into that earth energy, and possibly make a pro and con list about this. So for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, the Fool reminds us that curiosity is a gift, but true wisdom comes from knowing which path to actually follow. As I said, I wish I had this reading 2 years ago. So the Let It Grow card today is the Hanged Man, surrender, perspective, patience, and spiritual awakening. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces energy today. So this is a water sign. So what are we letting grow? And that is your ability to pause before reacting, which is an absolute beautiful card going with this reading. It's that timeout card. So the legitimate, take that time out for yourself, take that rest, take a step back, do some thinking, see things from all perspectives before you drop in and make that decision. Trust that stillness is often that space where your true clarity is born. So instead of rushing into something, that time out, that peacefulness, that even sitting with it and meditating with it, you will get different information. So things either vibrate towards you or away from you. So in this space and time, you're going to see whether that vibration is still in your field or not, and whether or not it was yours to begin with. So we're embracing the different perspective. We're embracing the fact that we can look at things from different perspectives, look at things from all angles, so to speak, and using that and harnessing that to our experience. So you're looking for that strike of wisdom, that intuition, along with heart-centered guidance to come in with you, so that you're not jumping into this and letting go in through pure emotion. Allow surrender become your strength rather than your weakness. Surrender can be the most freeing thing that you can experience. Once again, when I was going through the traumatic period I was going through, surrender terrified me. I would start doing these Dr. Joe Dispenza meditations, which were absolutely amazing. But when they came to the point of the meditation to surrender to the field, I would get anxious and I would bounce out of the meditation because I didn't trust enough to allow myself, and that was a nervous system reaction. That was the amygdala and the limbic system keeping me safe. I didn't know that at the time. I just knew that the thought of letting go terrified me. So this is coming to that allowance and knowing that in that surrender space, you are completely safe. And that is a learned method of work, because you do have to allow that nervous system to know it's supported and safe in the process. Let patience become a part of your spiritual practice. So you don't have to dive into everything from the get-go. You don't have to expect everything all at once. You don't jump into things when you don't have all of the information. So let the patience become part of that practice, and know that if you ask, she's in the white shirt there, if you ask, you are going to get sources assistance on this as well. So Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, being the beautiful water signs they are, the Hangman teaches us that some answers arrive only after we stop forcing them. We surrender our need to control every outcome. We create the space for the deeper true wisdom to emerge and come to us in a beautiful, coherent, soft way. It'll come in through flow rather than through anticipation. So really take that time out. This reading today sort of feels like you're on the edge. The Fool begins the journey. The heart's open, eyes are fixed on adventure. Every possibility feels absolutely exhilarating, exciting, that this is the way that things should be going. And every path seems worth exploring, but you don't have the time. You know, the Hangman isn't pointing to the trail. just simply hanging over the water. She's hanging at complete and utter ease, taking that glorious, beautiful time out. And the Fool is actually saying in this situation, let's go, let's go, you know, impulsive, young energy, the beginning of the journey. Let's go, let's do this. And the Hangman's behind there saying, not yet. That answer can be extremely frustrating to this energy, but the movement and the achievement and that timeout and that pause, the doing more, doing faster. Nature teaches us that we have to go slowly sometime, and the seed rests in complete darkness before it takes its first growth pattern. We had a lot of pentacles at the beginning of the week. So taking that time out, you have to take that time out before the tide changes. The Hangman reminds us that there are seasons when the most productive thing that we can do for ourselves is remain in that stillness and see life in a completely different perspective from where we are. So perhaps the opportunity isn't changing. Perhaps you are with that time out. The Fool believes that the answer is somewhere ahead of us, and the Hangman knows that sometimes the answer has been besides us all along. So not every pause is a complete obstacle to you. So the messages of the day: release the need to rush towards every new beginning as it's yours, and grow your ability to trust the wisdom that arrives through stillness. Sometimes the greatest leap forward begins the moment that you learn how to surrender. So have you ever noticed that some of life's biggest breakthroughs happen after that season of waiting? And what is that pause holding you back to make you see things from a different perspective? Where is that going for you? And how is that going to play out in the big scheme of things? What are you preparing for next? So that is the reading for the day. Today, I am using the Law of Positivism cards to see how that looks for the end. And we are taking this one, and this is, I take the path of love and devotion. So sometimes that path of love and devotion is that time out for yourself. And the rest of this is the path of love and devotion. What lights you up? What allows that heart center open? And as that heart center opens, that love and devotion can spread out to everything and everyone that is in your path. So you have to be devoted to you before you are devoted to others. But this is a pure compassion card about sharing your gifts, your talents, your love, to your whatever you touch and are doing, whether that is your family, your job, the things that really light you up and are passionate, your passion projects, your family, things that really truly bring all of this compassion and all of this gratitude to you and make your heart sing for the life that you have around you. So what do you do that? What path are you on that love and devotion lights you up? Where in those areas of your life completely light you up, make you smile, and let you know that you are in your true path? Where are you? What are you doing when you are lit up and are in your true authenticity? Because that's what this is about. Love and devotion is great, but you have to be authentically seated in your own personal power first. And once you are, that love and devotion is just going to flow like beautiful water. It is going to be like that new beginning with that incredible flower of life beneath her, and you're going to drop into that river, and the flow is going to be very, very gentle for you. You're going to feel this with ease, because the path of love and devotion is that true heart-centered path. So that is the reading of the day. So may your path be gentle, may your heart be open, and may you always remember that you are the medicine, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.